Appalachian Indians, they really look like this. The Choctaw, they really look like this. All Niji across Turtle Island, north and south, they really look like this. But history books will have you thinking that it don't look like you. They have you thinking it don't look like you at all. Meanwhile, they're down there having carnivals and parades in our likeness. Now, once I saw this, we already know that Europe and the Spanish and France, it was 20 different countries attacked American soil to overtake the Niji, the indigenous melanated people who, copper tone, who look like moi, right? And I was reading last night about the first colonizer who arrived in Brazil and destroyed these people, and they did it a little bit different down there. They forced them to intermix and breed and mix together. But Rio de Janeiro, right, where this specific chief is from, it was colonized by the Portuguese. Guess who is Portuguese? Christopher motherfucking Columbus. The same people, the Portuguese, the same people who overtook these indigenous people in South America. So Rio de Janeiro was colonized by Portugal in 1502. Now, if you remember, Christopher Columbus said he discovered the West Indies full of people who look like this in 1492. So 10 years later, Portuguese explorers arrived in Guanabara Bay and mistakenly thought it was the mouth of a river, naming it Rio de Janeiro, calling it January River. So that's what Rio de Janeiro means, January River. By 1565, the Portuguese formally founded the city to expel the French, who were attempting to establish a colony called France Antarctique. Now, these just colonizers with fucking idiot brains going around seizing land, using, and we go all the way back to, again, the Pope, religion, to overtake these people. When you read these journals and you see how innocent we were, how nice we were just so, like, we didn't really think that they were coming to do what they did, but in their head, they knew what they were coming to do. We just didn't know. Now, I did so much research. Pedro Álvares Cabral. This is the loser. Pedro Álvares Cabral, bring your ass to the front, bro. In 1500, Pedro Álvares Cabral landed on the coast while sailing for the Portuguese crown. When he got here, he said he saw so many melanated people, dark-skinned melanated people here on the land. And he had the same type of energy that his homie Christopher Columbus had. So when he pulled up in Portuguese, Brazil, these people from South America, okay, this is what he saw. This is what he saw. What Christopher Columbus saw, this is what he saw. What did they see when they came to Florida? This is what they saw. The Seminoles, this is what they saw. The Choctaw, this is what they saw. So when he came, the first thing that he did was the same thing Christopher Columbus did. He was getting wood and putting up crosses. Everywhere you go, if it's a colonized area, you'll know that they live by the Bible and the cross, because they feel like God told them that it's okay to unalive you. It's okay to unalive you because they're trying to save your soul, because you don't have a brain of your own. I know it sounds crazy, but this is just what they thought. This is just what they thought. It sounds like freak dog shh, but this is what he thought. So when I was reading last night, he was just like the same type of energy, like, oh, they're innocent, they're sovereign, they don't know no religion, they don't honor any deities, it's going to be easy to make them go to church. The journal of Pedro Álvares Cabral. I'm not even shocked when I see this shit no more. I just be like, oh, I'm learning the blueprint. I see what the hell y'all did. So what he did was, the natives, when they saw these people, they thought that they was just coming to trade. But he said the same thing. Cabral said the same thing. He was like, these people don't know that what we're giving them is not worth nothing, but they so happy with it. And they said, we're going to put up these crosses. And he put up a cross. He kidnapped two people. Put up the cross, and then he had all his men go and kiss the cross and kneel and pray and do they call it mass. They were in Rio de Janeiro in the 1500s. They saw all these melanated indigenous people who looked like this, right? And they said, okay, we're going to put up the cross to mark our territory, take two of these people back to the king, and we're gonna sit down and kiss the cross so that they can follow us. So that the natives didn't know what the hell they was doing. So they saw the men sit down and kissing the cross, and they copied them. I don't know why they was so like free. It's like when you on your own land and you are free spirited to do what you want. You can go and fish. You can go and swim. You don't have rules to make you go to work or school or church. You're just free to be with your tribe all day, and they had so much fruits and vegetables. They didn't have to go to the grocery store. It was just like an indigenous vibe. They were always fishing and making stuff and had bow and arrows, religious indoctrination, facts. So when Pedro Álvares Cabral came, he saw the same thing Christopher Columbus saw. And he said the same damn thing. They were using religion like a freaking weapon. He was using it like a freaking weapon. And these people didn't know that he was planning to come back and unalive them. It was inhabited by millions of indigenous people, the Tupi, the Guarani, and hundreds of other nations who they also renamed Negroes. They renamed them Negroes. So Portugal used a familiar empire formula that we see all over, including America, because the Europeans copied all the things that the Portuguese and the Spanish did in South America in the 1600s when they came. They started slave raiding and doing the same thing precisely. How Portuguese use their colonization toolkit is what I'm calling it. Now they got a colonization toolkit. They just take worldwide. They got it from the Pope. They got it from the church. They got it from the Catholic Church. They got it from all of these religious entities and deities to come and unalive people. Portuguese use a familiar empire formula. Number one, they claim by the crown, right? The land claimed and declared by the property to be the property of the Portuguese king, using the doctrine of discovery, the papal bulls, the same thing we keep mentioning that they want to renunciate. Right now, they want to take it back and act like, oh no, it don't have nothing to do with the Catholic Church. That's not us anymore. It's too late. Y'all did that 2023, came out with a statement and said y'all repudiate these evil atrocities that have happened for thousands of years. That's not going to be enough. Number two, they did, y'all already know what they did, Christianization. Catholic missions to save souls. So they were unaliving people to save souls, right? They call it Christianization. So anywhere you go, whether that's Turtle Island, now I see whether that's South America, whether that's Australia, wherever you go, even in Africa, you're going to find these people are Christians. And the deeper the Christian they are, the deeper the colonization, the deeper the colonizers' curse is on that person. That's what I realized. Because I realized every time they went to the land, the main thing that they was trying to do was turn these people into Christians. And they said that they was trying to save their souls. So now you have people going around with Christianity trying to save your soul. Who they acting like? They acting like the colonizers who stole the land, who came and said, if you're not a Christian prince, or if you don't convert and read the Bible, we're going to unalive you. It's sad. I hate that this is the true underlying of Christianity. Even though my people here in America have turned it into gospel, we have turned it into, going to church. We have really took it and turned it into something that seems positive, but the foundations of it with the colonizers gets us away from our sovereignty. Gets us away from being American Indian, because when you're not American Indian, that means you're a Christian. And that's what they turned the Indians into, Christians. Everywhere I go, it's the same freaking blueprint. What else did they do? Indigenous enslavement in Brazil. Remember, we talking about the colonizers' toolkit, the same thing they did here. Especially the Tupi people. All right. Now, the indigenous people, primarily the Tupi and the Tupi Namba, which is what you see on the screen right here, which would be similar to the Seminoles, the Appalachian, the Cree, the Muskogean, the Choctaw, the Mohawk, so many tribes. They all had their own names. They just said, you know what? The colonizers said, you know what? It's easier if we just call them Negro, because they are, in our Spanish language, black colored. They look dark, so they call them Negro because they were a darker skin tone, meaning they had melanin. They said, we don't care about the name of no tribes.